Hello, everyone. It's High Priestess Jamila. Hello. Happy full moon to y'all. So we are probably about, from what I read, it's like 15 minutes until the eclipse. And I thought I would come on here. This is probably going to be fast. It depends on the energy. I know that I've got meditation to do, and so do y'all. So I have a message from the spirits. Hello, hello. Hit that thumbs up on the way in, guys. Um, I'm gonna do a spread for y'all, and I already got the cards laid out. And the goddess that came up first in our dark goddess oracle was Oya, and she's in the reverse position. Okay, so we're going to talk about her today. And I did throw 5 tarot cards and then 5 oracle cards, is what I threw. Okay, so let me take this hat off, y'all. I don't need that on right now. If I feel the need, if the need for me to put that on shall arise, I will put it back on. Okay, hey Donovan Williams, hello. Happy full moon eclipse day. Hello, y'all. So, let's get into the spirit message that we got for today. All right, so let's look at our cards. First up, we got the Hanged Man in the upright position. So, this is letting me know that many of you that are having difficulty or setbacks, Spirit is trying to lead you, but many of you are discouraged because of the things that are happening in the world. So the world card comes up second in the upright position. Okay, sorry, it's kind of weathered. So the world comes up in the upright position. So there's a lot going on in the world. There's definitely an energy shift that's happening today. And then we got the Ace of Wands in the reverse position, the Initiate of Chalices in the reverse position. So this represents feelings of abandonment. Feelings of abandonment, possibly by spirit. It could be by your ancestors. It could be by the people that you know, your parents, your sisters, your brothers, or either it could be a relationship. Now, this Four of Swords comes up as the last card, which represents peace and rest. And when it's time to whatever it is that you're dealing with, loss of a job, maybe you're feeling like you're having a hard time surviving, spirits feel that it is important for you to seriously sit back and reevaluate. Find your life purpose, okay, as indicated by the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man could also possibly represent legal trouble for some of you guys. The answers to that can be found within the spirit or within spirituality. I feel like also the Hanged Man, it's a representation to where many people are feeling like, why has God forsaken me, or something like that. Why do and then also it can represent the sacrifices, or either having to make a sacrifice, or either feeling like you've sacrificed a lot. Okay. So I feel like for many of you, um, because again, people are at different levels. So many of you guys are either going to be negatively affected by the world, which can also represent the media, society, people. Okay, sorry guys, allergies are out. Oh God, my allergies are just off the chain these days. Actually, I kind of just got over a little cold, but I think that it was from inhaling all of that stuff that they've been burning. Yeah. So This card in particular, what this one is saying to me is feeling empty emotionally, or either feeling hurt or feelings of abandonment. Okay. Again, the advice card is to kick back and reevaluate and think and get some peace. There has literally been this spiritual war, and if you're willing, they're willing. There's been this spiritual warfare that has been happening for years and years, and Spirit has been telling people to take a break. That it's probably depends on where you're at, in the whole grand scheme of things, or how you feel about your life, or how you feel about whatever it is. But I also feel like that with that hanged man card coming up, this is when you possibly have to do something that you possibly may not agree with, but you do it anyway because it might bring you peace. Okay. I feel that these cards are going to be interpreted in many ways by many of you because a lot of y'all are already reading cards. So y'all already pretty much know what the cards mean. Many of you do. Okay. Now let's get into the oracle cards that I threw. First of all, the first goddess that came up in this reading is Oya. Okay, and she is in the reverse position in this reading. Okay, she represents deliverance. So I am going to read to you guys because I love reading out of this book. And every time I do a reading, which is the only time I really have time to even read this book, um, sorry guys, my table is kind of weathered. I like it though. I think it's still very cute and rustic looking. Okay. Death, destruction, woe, and loss, deep despair among chaos. Withstand the storm to be free. Deliverance is liberty. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. So that can help you guys. So Oya is the reaper of African origin. She symbolized the first and last breath of life. This primordial deity of immense power and influence was linked to both the Niger and Amazon rivers. Okay, let's show her in the upright position. Wonder if I can make this a little bit clearer. Sorry guys, clean off my lens. Nope, it's the lighting. Okay. Yet more often than not, it was the fiercest of winds that heralded her presence. She was the compassionate guardian of the unborn, who after death she delivered to the other side. And I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of people that know a lot about Oya. So what she means, just to give you guys foresight, what the foresight on this card means is a house move. Further afield is likely. Let go of old patterns and behaviors. A job could be coming to an end. Hence the world card and the hanged man. So, for example, if you run into an issue to where something like that does happen, take this as an opportunity, sit back and think. Don't react emotionally. Okay? So these cards actually do seem to be jiving with the tarot cards. They usually do. Um, a death changes your outlook. Okay, so that's exactly where we're coming from. But see, she was in the reverse position. So recently we've had a very talked about death of George Floyd in the news. And so I feel like she's in the reverse position because she's saying, hey, listen, don't allow this to change your outlook to negative. Okay. Very interesting. Maybe it's time to end an unhealthy relationship. This is a relationship where you've tried and tried and tried, and you just can't seem to find a common ground no matter what you do. Like you have went at all angles. Okay. Could have something to do with your mother, is what Oya is telling me. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship. It could be a familial relationship. A lot of people are afraid of endings, but endings only represent new beginnings, and it doesn't mean that it's over forever. It just means it's in remission. Okay. Um, a birth in the family is announced. Take a last minute holiday to somewhere unfamiliar. See, she's saying to go away from the unfamiliar and don't be afraid to ask for help. So the book says about this card, turbulent, unsettling times reach a climax, heralding the end of something major in your life that you can no longer avoid. Take Oya's hand now as she blows it all asunder, scattering the debris of the past far and wide. Oya will ensure no hint of the difficulties remain and lead you through this time of death and chaos to something new. Deliverance is her gift when you face death in all of its forms. For without death, the cycle of life would cease to exist. We would cease to be, and all that you have yet to experience would not have the space nor opportunity to manifest itself. This African goddess of old is to be welcomed and treasured, as her presence now is the stimulus you need to move forward in your life. Trying to take on this immense force of nature or fight against it will prove your undoing, okay? And then learn this lesson now, and what awaits will make it all worthwhile. I had never read that, so I decided to read it. So just to give my own take on it, what Oya is saying is many people are taking certain things as the ending or a death. And so she does represent death in this reading and change. And she's saying to take the high road. Okay. She's saying to deliver yourself from this stuff. That's what deliverance means. It means when you have a climax, and you have this moment of clarity. Now I did throw quite a few. Hey, Orion's daughter. Hello, goddess. Happy full moon. And Taylor Made and Tracy L. Hello. Positive Rise Tarot Keeper. Okay, guys, so the weirdest thing is that my phone does not want to charge. It's crazy. Okay, so I don't know what that's about. So I'm only on, you know what, I gotta plug it in. I'm only on 15%. All of a sudden, my charger, you know what? It does that sometimes. I don't know what is up with that. I think it has something to do with the eclipse or something to do with the spirit. Because, yeah, I've been seeing all kind of electronical anomalies happening. Like today, it started raining. It only rained for like 5 minutes. I think that somebody shooed the rain away. And I guess maybe it didn't come at the right time, but it'll come back. So every time y'all tell the rain to go away, we always ask for it to come back, because I told y'all we needed that rain. It's a storm coming. And Oya is telling you that it's a storm coming. It's going to be a lot of water, a lot of wind, a lot of rain. And I actually said this the other day that I'm not surprised to see her. She's in the reverse position. So that means that she's going to be a dark mama. She's going to be a dark goddess. She's going to teach people some hard lessons. That this could also mean that there's going to be a lot of tears shed, either of joy or pain or both. Okay. Outer Banks Witch is here. Hey, love. How are y'all? And while we're here, okay, make sure that y'all get in the ritual. I didn't update you yet, Orion's daughter, but I think I sent you an update, Outer Banks Witch. I think I sent you an update. We got, I'll just give y'all a hint. We got a wishing well. Okay, so yeah, and so we'll talk about that in secret in our group, and then also there will be a video going up for patrons only. Okay, so if you guys want to get in on what we doing. Were you really? Oh my God, I love tornado videos and movies. I love it. Yeah. So Ryan's daughter, you over there making it rain, huh? Yeah, we got so yeah, because you guys know I was getting a water fountain. It's actually a wishing well water fountain. And it's pretty large from what it looks like in the picture, but it'll be I got the feeling it'll be the perfect size for the ritual. So if you guys want to get in on this ritual, this ritual is big, it's huge. I'm spending a lot of money. Okay, so y'all make sure that y'all get in. You can either cash at me your entry fee, okay, or you can go to my Etsy shop. Etsy does charge taxes, okay. All right, so there is going to be some extreme weather coming. This is hurricane season for those of you that live near the coast. Okay. Yeah. And I actually just recently got a new Patreon. So thank you to you guys. That you guys are really, yeah, absolutely. Yes. Yes. Okay. So the next card that we got is the Nematoma and the secrecy card. She's in the reverse position. So what she is saying that there is a lot being hidden from you guys that have to do with the world. These are things that you have to follow your intuition about. That feeling of what is going on that sends hair, like it makes the hair stand up on your backs. And being not really tapping into or understanding what we have actually going on right now, it can make you be very fearful. It can make you scared. It can make you feel like what is going on. So then it also represents sacred places, okay? Sacred places, okay? Travel, okay? Not just physical travel, but astral travel, okay? And meditation, okay? Now, this card within itself, just to tell you about Nemetona, she is the hermit of Germanic origin and primarily worshipped across Germany, France, and England. She guarded sacred groves of trees wherein the soul became hushed and calm. At one with nature and the goddess, she was linked to Rigonematis, a king of the sacred grove who is also associated with Mars. So this can represent needing to get something off your chest, bottling up your emotions, um, keeping secrets, or either wanting to know the truth. Wanting, maybe wanting honesty, maybe wanting someone to be honest with you. You know what else she can represent though? Paranoia. She can represent that too. That's not in the book, but I feel like in the reverse position, she's representing the vast paranoia. This paranoia, it doesn't show a good connection to the divine. Okay, you may have a connection to the divine, but it may be more so your mind taking it to a very negative place. So that's why this Ace of Wands is in the reverse position, because this is making people scared. They're saying, oh my God, what are they doing? They're keeping secrets. They're doing things. What is going on? But I think that your your spirits and your energies. Hold on a second, because I have a child over here interrupting me. Give me a second. What do you want, little girl? Okay. All right, guys. You were pacing the room. I'm sort of in the middle of a goddess. I'm so happy about that. But you know what? For some reason, like that's so amazing. Okay, guys. So before I was interrupted by this child that was pacing around the room, that can be very difficult. When you feel that there's things that you don't know about, but you know what? What is this next goddess? The appearance card. Okay, Medusa comes up. Okay. So I feel like the appearance card is almost like the moon card. Okay, this card reminds me strongly of the moon. And so this is where things may appear to be something, but you're just kind of psyching yourself out. Depending on, that's just general advice. So Medusa is the narcissist of Greek origin, okay? Anyone foolish enough to meet her gaze, she would petrify them. Her reign only ended when she was decapitated by Perseus, okay? So legendary was her power that depictions of her head appeared on buildings, and she shields to ward off evil spirits and physical harm. So, now a lot of people would be afraid of her. Okay, so her insight or foresight is to rethink your priorities. Your self obsessed attitude can be vexing to yourself. Never judge a book by its cover. Treasure will be found if you look deep enough. Okay, she could represent getting out of a narcissistic relationship. Look your fears in the face, and then acceptance now brings healing. It really does. Very good advice. Your pursuit of gratification from pure vanity is an attribute that must be very wearing indeed. An excessive need for admiration, coupled with a grandiose self-importance attitude, has stripped away your understanding and compassion for others' feelings. Okay. So that's, see how they're lining up. So there's a lot of synchronicity. Okay, so the initiate of chalices reversed can represent somebody that isn't being very compassionate. Maybe they may be shut off from their emotions or closed off. This is not good. You know what? I would rather feel it than not feel it and just accept it. That's the kind of person I am, okay? Um, but if there's certain, hard limits that you have set. Okay, so don't necessarily compromise yourself too much. If these are hard limits, then make it be known, okay? For whatever the situation is, okay? All right. So, although you may fool others as well as yourself into believing you are the trophy, you are in fact in love with an idealized self-image that you have carefully created. Medusa understands what it is to be beautiful and admired. She also recognizes that the image that you portray masks a wounded self. Time to face up to the truth and reveal the real you. You know who that is, but does anybody else? Or are you brave enough to drop the mask that you paint on so perfectly? Medusa warns you to not base your precious life on artificial appearances and the superficial, or you too could run the risk of losing your pretty little head. Okay. All right. Whew, we got to take a breather on that one. I haven't seen her. She's probably somewhere asleep. Yeah, tobacco does ward off evil spirits and demons. Yes, a lot of spiritualists smoke cigarettes. Okay? But if you want to quit smoking, then do it. Absolutely, because I'm actually considering quitting smoking. And you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm definitely going to do that. And Spirit, if they've already, I had a conversation with them about that. Okay, and this would definitely be a better time, okay? But I still smoke herbs, you know what I'm saying? I still smoke herbs. And every now and then I'm gonna have me a cigar every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't mean to be a bad influence on y'all. I'm such a bad influence. I'm so bad. Okay, anyway. No, your smoking is not going to block your spiritual gifts. If you think that it will, then it will. When you put certain out, no, no, that's something that many shamans, they would smoke the pipes and stuff, and the Native Americans, they would smoke tobacco. Yes, they would. So that's, and many of the spirits smoke tobacco. Okay, there's a very interesting video on YouTube where she's a high priestess, and she only smokes when the spirit brings her to do it. So yeah. Tracy said, I need weed. Sorry, not sorry. I know that's right. If you are a empathic, telepathic person, probably you want to stick with the indica strains. The sativas might be a little too much for us because we already got all that brain activity going on. Yeah, y'all got to pay attention to the strain that you smoking. Okay, could absolutely change your world. So there's some people that I recognize you probably need more of an indica. And if you're more so on the lazier side to where you may lack a little bit of motivation, then sativa would be the best thing for you. Because I think I was born having visions, so I would need more of a indica. Hey, pretty and intuitive. Hello. Are you making a smoothie? Don't forget you're gonna have the kale smoothie too. You're gonna have a kale smoothie too later on with us. We're doing kale smoothies today, you guys. I feel so freaking healthy and happy when I drink a smoothie every day. I trust me, I've seen the difference. I'm gonna make sure that I keep some spinach or either some kale. Today I did kale. I meant to get spinach though, but kale, I've got a lot of kale, so I'm sorry guys. I've got a lot of my oldest daughter just decided to come down here, and now she's in there apparently making a smoothie or something. I love you. You don't have to say it back. Okay. What all do you put in it? Okay. Kale, bananas. I put a mixture of frozen fruits, and I actually got a fresh pineapple. So I'll probably make a smoothie video for you guys if I can get my phone charged, because literally my phone is only on 15%. And it's so weird, just like all of a sudden my phone charger just started. My phone was on the charger all night, and it literally, yeah. And the same thing happened to my daughter. So something's up with that. I don't know what, that's so weird, y'all. So very, very weird. Yeah. Anyway, we'll handle it. I'll just get a new charger because something must have happened. Hey, unapologetic Ella. Hello. So yeah, I'll be putting that in it, and then I've got this pineapple orange juice. I will put milk in it because I'm not vegan, but you know what I'm saying. I will drink vegan stuff because I don't mind soy milk. Sometimes having a little boost of estrogen can be good for you, but I would be careful doing the phytoestrogens all the time. You know what I'm saying, because they're estrogenic, and so I'm just gonna stick with the fruit juices and throw that up in there and have me a smoothie probably twice a day. I also got some chia seeds. So I'm gonna when I get done with this, I'm actually gonna do some. I'm gonna look at some vegan videos about chia seeds. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Vegans energetically are amazing. It just depends on which one that you're looking at. If you're looking at them diehard ethical vegans, oh my God, they are so freaking ooh, they're cantankerous. But people like Ellen Fisher, and which she is one of my favorite, and a couple of the other ones, it's very relaxing. So I'm subscribed to some of the vegan channels, and if I had vegan friends, I would come over to your house for dinner and be very appreciative of it. So I do not want to have a negative relationship with vegans anymore or with veganism. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like you should do whatever is good for your body, whatever makes you feel good, that's what you should do. Okay? So for me, I enjoy the smoothies, and sometimes you want to give your body a break from meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so instead of having like bacon and eggs for breakfast, I'm gonna have a smoothie. So yeah, well, some of them have an intent on making you feel guilty, but the ones that are just talking about their life or whatever, and I enjoy. Oh, there's another one. I think. Oh my God, I can't think of the name of her channel. Oh God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. She actually does vegan recipes, and since I love cooking vlogs and I love cooking videos. I love that stuff. So I watch who feels good energetically. You know what I'm saying? And if you now sometimes I might be in the mood to look at something controversial, so I'll go in. You know what I'm saying? But I've been minimizing, especially when portals are opening and stuff. I think that it's sometimes not a good idea, especially right now, because we're going to be having the summer solstice, and right now your energy should be like this. She's going to take forever making this smoothie, you guys. I swear to God. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah, I know. That's what I just told her. Yeah, some of the people in the chat. All right, y'all. She's done. She's done, you guys. Yeah, it literally, yeah, we're gonna rebuke whatever, that was. Seriously. Like it's not her fault. She's a kid, or she's a grown woman. I'm sorry. You're a young lady. Okay. It's okay though, that because actually the blender does create like a vortex and it's spinning, so it's it just was loud, and I'm like sitting in the living room and she's in the kitchen, so she's literally like right. Hold on, guys, let me show y'all. She's literally right in the kitchen. Okay, y'all say hi to Jacob sleeping. She's literally right there, so that's why it's so loud. So yeah, we're already going through like a time warp, and she's just like, yeah, yeah, but honestly, she's sweet, so don't worry about it. Did you throw you some kale off in there too? Did you rinse it first? Okay. Well, I'm proud of you that you did that because you need it. Okay, so I want to look at this card. The dear woman comes up representing temptation. Okay, now I'm gonna tell y'all something. Um, there is nothing wrong with wanting things and desiring things in life. Okay, so she is the temptress of North American origin. She lures men of ill morals into the woods, never to return. Young adults and prepubescents are warned about her. She can be banished through the use of chanting and tobacco. Okay, so we've been talking about tobacco. Spells she casts can be broken by looking at her cloven hooves. Sightings of her are a sign of personal transformation or can be viewed as a warning. So, guys, if you notice over my fireplace, I have, oh, sorry, I was getting ready to show my fireplace. Okay. So, I have 3 deers. Okay. And so the deer is actually my spirit animal. And so, do I relate the spirit animal of the deer to this deer woman? No, because this is an actual goddess. So, but I feel that, oh, you found her. Good. Um, I don't necessarily believe that it's anything wrong with her because she's luring men of ill morals. So a lot of people could possibly see her as a demon, but then some people could see her as a good person. Okay? So she comes up in the reading. What does she represent as far as the foresight that she provides? You have feelings for another, so this could represent love. The chance to make a quick buck presents itself, so it could be money. Okay, just to let y'all know. Um, in fact, hopefully some of y'all are doing some of the money spells for yourself so that you can manifest. So that's why I brought up it's nothing wrong with wanting prosperity. Okay. So an opportunity could be coming to you guys spiritually, financially. Also can represent some things are better left alone. So maybe all money ain't good money. Someone is trying to drag you back. Okay. Stay on the right side of the law. Seek help for a relapse. Don't lend money on a whim. And if something looks too good to be true, that's because it is. Okay. So lead us not into temptation. To that dear woman would softly whisper, why not? And beckon you to hear all the same. Sometimes a lesson must be fully experienced to be understood. You are being tempted to try something you would normally steer clear of, perhaps an affair, a risky business venture, or even to indulge in activities that pose a health risk. There is an innocence in the way in which this is happening, but that simply masks how close you are to the edge of the woods from which this beautiful goddess calls. Only you know if answering her is wise. So, like I said, I wouldn't mind going on a trip with her one day. Okay? Then be sure to take precautions. Let someone know what you are doing in advance. Okay? Be prepared to take responsibility when you can no longer see the forest from for the trees, or you may have to find your own way out. So, for example, if you are a teenager or if you are a person that is being led somewhere and you know that someone cares about you, tell them where you're going. Could make all the difference in the world. Okay, so that comes along with the secrecy card. Okay, sometimes it's not good. But then sometimes it is good. Okay? Sometimes it is good. Now, Skyla comes up, drama comes up. So be prepared for the drama, be prepared for the crazy. Okay? Yes, Orion's daughter. That means that you are experiencing synchronicity. Okay, things are aligning up. Especially if you're seeing 111 can represent growth. And did you do the have guys make sure that y'all get in that ritual? But it's all about divine time. And so we have our wishing well on the way. Okay, those of you that are planning to participate, you're going to get a lot out of it. Okay, so yeah, this is going to be a big one. Well, you know what? I'm only doing it big these days, okay? Hello? I'm doing it big these days. I always tell people that when they start seeing repeating patterns of numbers, like that could represent urgency, message could be road opening, could be things that are coming up, things that you're not seeing, things that you could be distracted from. So it's always good to get a reading. Like right now, you guys are probably seeing 1212. Okay. So now I can only fit like 3 to 4 of y'all in a day. I swear to God, it's especially around the full moon. Oh, Lord. Okay. So she is the drama queen of Greek origin. Skyla haunted the rocks of a narrow waterway. Ships that sailed too close to her rocks lost men to her grasp and appetite. Oh, so she's a water goddess. Water signs, y'all better watch out. Okay. Okay. Um, Her voice is likened to the yelping of dogs. She is the nature. Y'all don't even want to know what I thought. You know what? This card is encouraging me to stay away from drama. And actually, I got like my spirits will like mess up my throat. And so it reminds me of when people are arguing, the yelping of dogs. She is the nature of treacherous waters, stormy, violent seas, and rocky shores made flesh. Understand that gossip affects the subject matter. What goes around comes around, bitches. That's what she represents, okay? For the foresight. So whatever you put out there, you better believe that's what you're going to get back. And we believe that over here because we're witches over here. Okay? You've cried wolf too often. Okay? So don't be lying. Don't be so quick to point the finger. Okay? Stop trying to steal the limelight. Don't get left in the wings. Someone is dominating a situation, and the Oscar goes to if you're being over dramatic over something. Okay, what she represents, you should be on the stage. You're always the star of the show. What it is like to live in your own personal soap opera. What is it like to live? It's a question. It's interesting how most events in your life always seem to turn into an epic drama. Oh my goddess. If you find that you thrive on the attention your words and actions create, then you are most definitely a drama queen. Skyla knows all about dramas and swims in to warn you to pick your performances with care, as you generally seem to make life unnecessarily complicated for everyone around you. It's time to drop the theatrics before you lose your faithful audience. You have immersed the truth and reality into that of dramatic fiction. Skyla acknowledges your insecurities, but urges you to change this defense mechanism, or she will drag you onto the rocks until you drown in self pity. You are important and should not be invisible. Just try not to be so melodramatic about everything. Okay. So she's talking about, creating dramas to seek attention. And this, she could be coming as a warning sign to you guys. Okay. That you may be tempted by that drama, which is why she comes up with the temptation card in the drama card. Okay. Now, this is obvious. The abuse card in the reverse position represents breaking cycles of abuse, that of which hurts yourself. And you know it does. It does. Just don't talk about it. People put on a brave face like Medusa, but in reality, the situation is quite dire for you to get some sort of peace and reciprocity and, to figure it out. Otherwise, yeah, heart attack central, man. A lot of people slow down after having a heart attack. Some people don't. A lot of people think that that spiritual flow of energy, in particular when it comes to prosperity, um, there's other ways of doing things. So I feel like this is about breaking cycles of abuse, making the situation worse than it actually has to be. So she is a archetypal ravage. How do you pronounce that word? Archetypal, archetypal. Okay, ravage of Norse origin. Rand was seen as the darker, more destructive side of the sea's nature, and she made no bones about it. So, guys, I don't know if you guys are noticing all of these, like so many water cards are dominating this reading. So we gonna get some water, guys, and it's necessary in the grand scheme of things. It's necessary. So again, another water card comes up, and so she has water actually behind her, and a boat, and a full moon. Okay. Using her alluring beauty, her legendary long black hair, incredible strength, and her magical net, her hobby was collecting souls to populate Agerham, particularly seafaring men, dead or alive. Ooh, I'm scared of her. So what I've been telling y'all about energy being collected and souls being collected. So that's why she turned up in this reading, okay? So a lot of times when you are upset, raging, fighting, you're being fed upon. Destructive action, harm, abuse, cruelty, violence, no excuse. Defenses down, now soften heart, compassion aids a kind new start. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. So this represents learning to manage your anger. You're running the risk of losing a loved one to another. Take long walks by the sea. Be romantic. Praise others more often. So love is going to take center stage. That's why she is in the reverse position. The fact that she showed up in reverse is actually very positive for many of you guys, okay? Turning a negative situation into a positive one. Okay? Because when you just get angry, you solve nothing. So, now this could be affecting your relationships negatively. Absolutely. Many of you guys are probably split up from people. The Four of Swords definitely coincides with her card. Um, and I feel this is important. Okay, the sword that's pointing up represents protection. But then again, it also represents the fact that you have manifested your protection. So you can hang the swords up. This represents peace in general. Okay. So also she represents praise others more often. So, like for example, when somebody does a good job or something, just say, hey, I just wanted to you to know that I'm proud of you for what you did. And you know what I'm saying? I see good things coming for you. When you're able to do that, positive things start to manifest in your own life. Also, taking long walks by the sea. This is obvious spirits are saying to get in some water. I know that for me, I've been bathing, also working with water. And so, however, that inspires you on your rituals today. Okay, however, that inspires you. Water is going to be your best friend. Okay. Uh, don't be afraid if you don't have all the answers. Be open to the help that is about to be offered to you. Okay. And then also be appreciative. You know what you are doing is wrong, yet you still persist with cutting words and sneering glances and snaring those who need you within your net of abuse. That's right, abuse. It sounds harsh, but when you take advantage of others, be it for money, affection, time, or the limelight, you are abusing the situation or relationship. However subtle your ways, time to stop. You have so many more endearing qualities about you that using the cheap trick of hitting others where it hurts is quite honestly beneath you. Rand comes to remind you that you have so much more to offer others than a sharp tongue or clenched fist. You have a most compassionate heart. Leos and Geminis is what comes to mind. Even myself. So don't let it harden. Guide, advise, and relate to others with kindness, and you too will benefit greatly. Rand knows all too well what it is to be feared, looked upon with dread, or only good for dealing with those already past. Remember, you are here for the living. Okay? So, that is you guys' message for this eclipse. Okay? Oh, my phone is kind of smudgy, but that's okay. It creates like a dreamy effect. Okay. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Have a happy Friday, you guys. It is the 5th of June. And so you guys have 7 days to get in on the ritual. So we already have everything that we need. The flowers that we're going to be using are not going to obviously be ordered until probably the day before. I'm going to use a flower service. I'm not going to order them from like a grocery store. I'm gonna like order from a actual flower service for these. So you are very very welcome. So as far as with readings, I do have someone scheduled this evening, but just keep in mind that um just like yesterday, there were things that were coming up. Things have been pretty tranquil and peaceful, but you just never know what energy may come in. So, with that being said, around the full moon, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes with readings, I usually try to do those at night, like it's still daytime. You know what I'm saying? I usually try to do readings at night, especially during the full moon. So, just provides a little bit more protection, but it just depends. So I'm working on my schedule as far as with readings tomorrow, but I do have quite a few things to work on already. But you guys can either go to either my Etsy to enter into this ritual that we're doing. Like I said, any, I guess you can ask anybody in the audience. Most of the people with wrenches do participate with my solstices, and we also have a new moon coming up a couple of days prior to the summer solstice, so we'll be in a crescent Waxing, I believe, will be in a crescent. Waxing moon. Yeah, I'll taste it.
I drink theirs too. So
That is delicious. So, so keep that in mind that that is coming up. Make sure that you guys, um, um, get in. I want everybody in like maybe at least 3 days prior to the ritual because it allows me to get everything together. But like I said, you guys usually can do it like up until the day of because I'm usually prepared in advance. I like to be prepared for my rituals in advance, okay? So make sure that you guys are early as possible. Tracy L, you can either send your 200 to Cash App or you can go to Etsy, but just keep in mind Etsy just does charge taxes, okay? Love you guys so much too. And you can actually do this particular ritual as an alternative because, for some of you guys, spiritual work can be quite taxing. It can be like my hex removals, reversals, those are 600. My cleanses are 360. Okay, my triple goddess generational hex removers are 1600. But when you think about certain milestones that you may reach in life, for example, going to college, graduating from college, getting a new job, it's important that those things can help you keep those things because I think that getting there is sort of like half of the job for some people. Some people don't ever get there, though. Some people just don't get there at all. You know what I'm saying? So, so when you think about that generational hex breaker, especially if you're somebody that was able to defy a lot of challenges that you may have had, like if you were the first person that graduated from college, or if you're the first, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. You've got a lot to lose, and sometimes people will be trying to make you lose. And sometimes it be the people that be right next to you. So, okay. Yeah, you do pay way more on Etsy. You do. So you guys can cash at me at $ psychic Jamila. I can't really do anything about the taxes on Etsy, but you know, um, it'll all add up. It's just a few dollars if you do have to do it on Etsy. You'll get that back. That's the one thing that you guys want to remember is that you'll get that back. So it's not like I'm just doing this like I was planning to do this ritual for myself, a lot of the group rituals that I show you. But the reason why I allow you guys to get in on it is because number one, it strengthens the ritual because it's instead of one witch, we've got three or six or 10 or maybe even sometimes 13. So I'm looking for 30, 40, 50 of you, honestly. So come one, come all. Okay. This is not limited. There is no limit. So we can, you know what I'm saying? And we did get that wishing well. So we'll be talking more about that. I'll talk more about that in the on Patreon because there are some folks that they are coming to steal ideas and spit on you and then try to, you know what I'm saying? So we are definitely keeping a lot of our stuff to ourselves. Some of the knowledge that we know, we don't always discuss on this channel. That because some things you just gotta keep to yourself or keep within a small group. Okay. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. Love and light. Have a wonderful day. If you think your mom and your dad are cursed, more than likely they probably are, and you're suffering that through that too usually. So yeah, that's actually what the generational hex remover is about. That's actually what it's about. Okay, so and some of you guys have to do follow up too, especially if you have someone actively making sacrifices in your family. But you guys can contact me if you need to be read. Okay. All right, guys. Love and light, and I will see y'all later. Enjoy this rain. It's getting ready to rain. It's gonna rain some more, so we're gonna be getting quite a bit of rain. Okay, so It wasn't even forecasted a couple of days ago, and then all of a sudden, like, all this rain is forecasted. So, all right, guys, I will see y'all later. Make sure y'all collect that rainwater too. Let's not forget about that. All right, see y'all later. Love and light.